Hi, welcome to lesson two, your ELA lesson two. All right, so today or yesterday's story was about that little spot of anxiety that makes you feel kind of icky and not very good, right? And yesterday's book taught us a strategy. Okay, so remember that saying from the tip of my finger to the middle of my palm. I can't remember the rest, but basically, you drag your worries to the middle. You drag all your worries to the middle, and then you cup them up and you blow them away. Okay. That was one strategy to get rid of a little bit of anxiety. Today, we're going to read about another strategy um, and another emotion that you might be feeling during this time. Okay. This book is called Ruby Finds a Worry. Okay. As we're reading, I want you to be thinking about who is someone that you feel safe sharing your worries with. Okay. So this is Ruby. And it looks like she's starting off. She likes to be with her family at the beach. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high, and she loved to explore wild, far away places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first, Ruby hardly even noticed it. But then the worry started to grow, and each day it got a little bigger. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about a worry that you might have had. Okay? I'm trying to think of my worry. Okay. My worry right now, it's a small worry, but I worry that Dex, my dog Dex, is gonna get sick during this time and I don't know what to do. Okay, that hasn't happened, but it's something that I worry about. So let's keep reading to see how Ruby got rid of her worry. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box, and it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. So Ruby's worry is just following her everywhere she goes. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. So Ruby couldn't see her worry. Her teacher couldn't see her worry, but it was there. So now I want you to take a moment and pause the video after this question. What do you think are some clues that show that someone's worried? Because not everybody will say, I'm worried. But what are some clues you can look at the person and see that will help you notice that they're worried? Go ahead and pause the video and think for a second. All right. So some worries that we came up with during our lesson, or some clues, were that maybe the person's sad. Maybe you can see it on their face. I can see that on Ruby's face. She's not her happy self, right? And some people said that maybe she is acting differently. Maybe she's not as social. She's kind of sitting alone in the corner while all her friends over here are um, having some fun. Okay, so maybe she's acting different. Okay, maybe she's expressing it in a mad way, right? You can express your worry in a way that you don't even mean. Like when you're mad and you don't know why you're mad, maybe you need to stop and think, what am I worried about? Okay? So even though you can't see the worry ball, her big yellow worry ball, it's there and she's giving you clues, okay? And other people will too. Let's keep going. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing things that she loved. So again, you can see on her face, she's not her usual happy self. And the worry is now stopping her from doing things that she loves. So that's kind of showing us that her behavior is a little bit different. right? She's not doing things like she normally does. That's a big clue. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. She was making her own worry get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half the school bus. The worry is just taken over. And it took up the whole row at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. So now she's starting to feel that sadness. You can see it on her face. And you can also see that the other people in the audience can't see her worry. They don't know it's there. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. And he looked how she felt. He looked sad. And then she noticed something else. Hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was! Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. So he started talking about his worry, and it started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Then Ruby did the best thing you could ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. And as the words tumbled out of Ruby's worry as the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. So it seems like the strategy might be to talk about your worries and they start to go away. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. So I'm going to go back, and I want you to look at this picture right here, okay? Ruby felt like herself again because she had someone to talk to, okay? And a lot of times when you feel worry, you kind of go and do your own thing and you try and stay by yourself. But Ruby showed us that that's maybe not the best strategy. Okay? Ruby made a friend because she showed empathy and asked the boy what was wrong. And then all of a sudden, both of their worries started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And they began to get happier and happier, and they felt like themselves again. So in our book yesterday, we talked about how to get rid of that spot of anxiety using a breathing strategy, right? We drag our worries to our hand, and then we blow them away. But if that doesn't work, here's another strategy. Ruby and her friend talked it out, okay? And it's important that you have people who you feel safe around talking about your worry strategies. Or talking about your worries. So that's my question for you today. Your daily journal today, you're going to go into our classwork, daily journal, April 9th, okay? And your daily journal today is, who are some people that you feel safe sharing your worries with? Okay, and I wrote you guys an example because I'm looking for a few things. The first thing I'm looking for is a capital letter. Okay, and to make a capital letter, you push the shift button and the letter you're going to type at the same time. That's how you make a capital letter. So I started with a capital, and then at the end of my sentence, I also have a period. Okay, and to make your period, you just type it. You don't have to push the shift button. okay? So that's something that's important to remember. You need to have your punctuation, your capitals, and your periods. Now, as I'm reading my response, think about what made this an A plus 100% response, okay? I wrote, some people that I feel safe sharing my worries with are my parents. Now, I want you to take a second and think, what did I do? Look at the prompt. What did I do here? What did I do here? And then what did I do in my question? All right. I hope that you thought that Miss Connell restated the question, because that's what I did. Some people that I feel safe sharing my worries with are my parents. My parents. That's my answer. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in pink. I answered my question. That's the next part. Okay. I'm not done though. I made sure I had capitals, I made sure I had periods, but I also need to remember to explain my answer, okay? I'm looking for that explanation piece moving forward. So here's my explanation, okay? They make me feel safe because I know that they love me and will always give me great advice. That's the answer that's an answer I'm looking for today. Okay? I'm looking for an answer that has your restate, that has your answer, and I'm looking for that explanation. So if I return a piece of work to you today, I'll write a comment that says don't forget to explain, or don't forget your capitals and periods. Make sure that you go back and fix that and then resubmit your answer, okay? Again, the question is, who are some people that you feel safe sharing your worries with? All right? Make sure that your answer includes a restate, the answer, and your explanation. I can't wait to read your responses. I hope you enjoyed your lesson. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.